The Indian, and ladies and gentlemen, last I left off, first thing I did was shoot the entire model with a can of primer. Uh, I just needed basically a base coat on it, make sure I got everything, and I needed to make sure that the paint will stick on it because I did not wash this kit. I usually wash the resin kits, usually when they're bigger, but when they're tiny parts and everything, I don't. Didn't want anything to fall into the drain, which I have done. So anyway, that's what I did on that. Then, after the primer dried today, I sprayed the entire model with black primer and airbrushed that everywhere. And that's just to help with shadows and make some of the colors pop. So then after that, I went ahead and blocked in all the colors. I blocked in the blue, I blocked in the silver, and I'll go back in and touch up some of the black once I get done. Of course, the tires are going to be I'll call it a tire color, and I'll show that when I get to there. But anyway, I've been slowly blocking in the colors, trying to block in the white, which white's transparent in my house here because it's just super, super thin. But I want to show everyone, and I'm real close. The blue there, and my blue. I'm really close. Mine's they tell you the color of it might be might be able to get the paint, but anyway, I may try to lighten it up just a tad, just to I think it's a little more lighter than what I got, but I'm really close, mixing a lot of white, a lot of blue together, and I'm pretty darn close. Now if you look at the picture here, this is a replica, so again, you got lights shining on it, bright, hitting the high spots. Don't know if it's lighter color, darker blue. And if you look at the even the black and white ones, what kind of did the race and dirt, did it change the hue of the color? It's one of those. But anyway, that's pretty close, and I'm getting real close to the base color. But you look at the gentleman who painted this one. Look at his blue color. If I can get to it. Now it's not as bright blue as the replica. But anyway, it's just I'm close. So anyway, I wanted to show that before I get a little further ahead here. But anyway, motorcycle, I think it's taking shape color-wise. Now once I get all the colors on, when I get all the everything painted, I'm going to go in with a couple of washes, and it's just basically to blend everything together and not make it look like I want to say cartoon painted, or toy-like. Anyway, it'll blend in. It won't be super dirty weathered, but it'll have just a little bit of weathering in it, just to make everything pop. Because I do like to preach style. What? The cat's hungry. Or let me say this: the cat wants more of her little tuna snack that I give her every morning. But anyway, Floyd. If you notice Floyd here, Floyd's got basically brown pants and a red shirt. So I got Floyd together. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I did get all the parts assembled. I did leave the gloves and the hat on the sprue there, which I will get that off once I get that painted. But got the basic primer coat on them. Trying to get the red on. I'm going to block in the red, and then I'll block in the pants, then I'll go back in and do some shadows on the inside of the folds and do some dry brushing, all that. I did not start the heads yet. I'm gonna do that after I get the body and the bike done, and I'll show you how I paint figures. And I'll make a statement here. When I paint figures, there is not a right or wrong way to do it. Again, I like to preach style, and especially when you paint figures, there's all the pros do it, a different way, and everyone tries to mimic some of that way. I do it a little different way, and it's just easier to get the same result plus style. Your style of figure painting, which if you go to shows, you should be able to walk in and go, I know who built that, I know who built that. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. So that's where I am on Floyd and, where's the little hole at? The Indian. And I want to start something. I actually, I bought this for myself, and I actually bought it, well, I was looking at it the 1st of April when the pandemic started. And we're going to start the 16th scale Type 94. It's one of those kits that I looked at and I'm like, man, I really, really want one. But this is the Chinese one. I didn't really want the Chinese one. The figure's cool and all, but But they have a Japanese one, which is one I wanted, but the same kit, just different figures. So I saw this. I thought, well, I really would like to build this, but I wanted to put a figure on it, but I didn't want the sitting figure. So Tacom had that figure, so I thought that would be pretty darn slick. Tank Commander figure standing next to a little tankette with his samurai sword there. I just thought that looked pretty cool. It's one of the few kits that I actually really like to pose. Most figure kits that I always see, ones I collect, I either like them for the pose or they need to be modified. But anyway, I thought that was pretty darn sick. There's the Japanese ones, if you see it. And that one, they have the later model with the rear road wheel, if you know, that's the early version with the tiny one. Anyway, I like tankettes. I went through my little tankette phase in the 90s. No one ever really cared for them, but I did. I thought they were just a unique tank. But anyway, we're going to start that pretty darn soon. And anyway, got to start something when paint's drying on the Indian. Anyway, that's what I got going on today. We're going to get ready to start the little tankette. And the Indian taking shape. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for next exciting episode.